What's up, everybody? How you doing? Remember, this is my second video for today, and I'm looking like I was looking earlier. You feel me? Well, anyway, this right here, all of this loveliness, this be me, Mama Roxy says, and I'm here for your wallet, your purses, and your pocketbooks. Baby, your hearts, and your minds, my babies. This video right here I'm trying to think of the name of it. I really have not came up with a name of it right here, but this is out here for, I'm ranting a little bit, but I'm also going to say whatever it is I got to say. You feel me? Check this out, right? I'm going to start off like this. Every man or woman's trash is somebody else's treasure. You understand me? Um, when you meet somebody, you meet that person right then and there. You're going to talk to them. You're going to learn that person. You're going to enjoy who that person is. Do you know who that person is exactly right off the back, straight foot forward, all that? No, you don't. You got to learn that person. You got to learn their attitudes. You got to learn how they are. You got to learn what they like and what they dislike, what their sexual preferences are, what they highest beliefs in, and everything like that. You learn all of those things as you go on. Okay? But sometimes you run across their mates that they had before, their significant others, their wives or their husbands or boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever. You run across them. They may hit you up with something and they'll be like, well, let me tell you the dirt. Hey, da 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 da, he wasn't like that with me, or she wasn't like that with me, and I spent all this time with them and this here, and he was dirty and she was dirty, and they were mean, and this was this. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm a woman, and not only am I a woman, I'm a black woman in her 50s. I'm 55 to be exact. I ain't got no shame in my game. And what I've learned about living life as that type of woman is, you're going to run across all types. You're going to run across women that got to talk about the man that he was before. I'm trying to make sure I got no lipstick on my teeth. The man he was before he got with you, or the man I had when he was with me, or if you with a woman and her man gonna be like, well, she wasn't. She was a hoe. She was this and she was that when she was with me. You gotta watch her. She steals. She take whatever the case may be. Okay. What I've learned is, however that person treated you at that particular time, that was on you, boo. That's for any of you. Man, woman, whatever the case may be, whatever you're dealing with. However that person treated you at that particular time was on that you and that person. If sometimes the way that you act brings out the worst in other people. Sometimes the way that you treat a person, even if it's not the best, that brings out terrible shit in a person. Even if you, sometimes you could be and gave your all to somebody, and at that particular time, that person wasn't able to reciprocate, wasn't able to give that back to you. You're not supposed to go and post salt. You're not supposed to, you can if you want to, but that ain't going to make you a bigger person. It's not going to make you a better person because of that. If you warning somebody on good intents, then that's good. But if you warning somebody because you feel salty because of what you lost, in this case you don't know what salty means, you upset over something that you lost that at that particular time didn't look like, didn't feel like, and wasn't SHIT to you, don't come along and try to blow somebody else's bubble. Don't upset the other person or the relationship that they're in that because it wasn't what you had. That's your fault. You understand me? That goes for a man or a woman. Man, for a man, if you sitting back and you have this trifling, don't clean, don't cook, out in the street all day long, and didn't do none of the things that you see that he's doing for her. That's because he brought out something that you could not. Not saying that you bad or anything, but a person is put in a person's life for a particular reason. Sometimes it's for a season, sometimes it's for different reasons, but at that particular time, when she was out there doing whatever it was that she was doing, and she wasn't doing what she doing right now that you see, you on the outside looking in, and you see this woman, and she's Betty homemaker. She's going to work. She's taking care of the kids. She's cleaning. She's clean. She's not out there in them streets no more. She's not doing whatever it is. That's because that man that she got brought all the things out that was worthy of him having. You understand what I'm saying? Like, take for instance, the next woman that you get. If go back and look at the mistakes that you made with that woman you just had, that you spent all that time with, and she wasn't what you wanted her to be. Go back and check your steps. Go back and be like, okay, well, I was disrespectful. I wasn't coming in right. I wasn't bringing home no money. I wasn't doing this. I stayed out just as late. I was just as disrespectful. She gave you what you put in. You feel me? Or if you was that dynamite ass man that did all of those things and she still wasn't right, that meant it wasn't her time for you. That meant that she wasn't meant for your picking at that time. That's all that means. And it's the same thing that goes for a woman and a man. If you that woman and you cooking, you cleaning, you catering, you helping, you talking to him, you making him feel good, you soothing that beast that's inside of him, and you making him feel like a man, okay then, good. And he still didn't do the things that you wanted him to do. Did you teach him? Did you tell him what you like? Did you explain to him that I'm not into that? I don't want that. I want everything or nothing. Did you tell him that? Man, remember this. We cannot read your minds. We only know what you tell us. And for you out there that if you didn't do all of that and you mad because somebody that made a change, they done came up, they different, their attitude is different, they looking different, they smiling, they got a better attitude, then who fault was that, boo? Don't step on somebody else's ground because your ground is fucked up. You feel that? Don't do that. Be a better person and realize what it is that you did not put into that relationship to make that relationship better. If you are a nagger, if you don't want to get up and get out and do nothing, if you are a whatever type of person, you're going to get whatever you put into it. Period. That's for anybody. If you are mad because the person that you with is happy, don't get mad. Do better. If you are upset because that person was not feeling like or looking like or treating you like, then what did you do wrong? And for your next relationship, fix it. That's it. If I look at somebody right now, somebody that I used to date, and he wasn't SHIT when I was with him, that meant he wasn't ready for me. Or that meant I wasn't on my job as being a woman, as being trying to be his woman. That's what that meant. And then sometimes, baby, you can do everything that you think that you can for a person. You can love them. You can give to them. You can soothe the beast that's within them. You can do whatever it is, and they still don't love you or give you what it is that you looking and waiting for. That don't mean that you wasn't. I'm not going to undo who I am. If I'm trying to love you, I'm going to give you 100% of me. If you're not giving me what I'm giving back, then that means that it's not worth anything. Why should I keep giving? That's what that means. If you run across somebody and you giving them all of that, and he's still not giving you, or she's still not giving you, then that meant that it's not for them to be in your life at this present time. That's what that means. Right? What I've learned out of being a 55-year-old woman is that you cannot make nobody love your ass. You can't. You can't change nobody either. What you can do is add to them. I've learned that. I've learned that you can add to them, you can show them love, and you can give them affection, you can give them things that they ain't never had. Listen to what they say they ain't never had. Listen to, just give them shit out of the ordinary, period. And then, like I said, once again, I've done that, where I've given and I show who I am, and some people can't take all of that. Some people ain't used to the goodness. Some people not used to what it is that you offer. They're used to certain things, so they go back to them certain things. You can't help that. Don't feel less than a person either. Don't feel like you're less than a woman or less than a man because you couldn't change them or they didn't fit you. The word was they just didn't fit you. That's what that meant. That meant that wasn't your person. That wasn't your love. That was somebody that was there to teach you something, like what you want and what you don't want, what you need and what you don't need. That's sometimes the purpose. That don't mean that you're less than a person. It don't mean that you're less than a woman. It doesn't mean that you're less than a man. It just meant at that particular time that person wasn't meant for you. That's all. And when you turn around and you see that person accomplishing, doing better, or loving somebody else, and it ain't you, that's because it wasn't meant to be you. That's it. I've learned that, y'all. I've been there too. I've been there. I've been on the outside looking in the window like, damn, he didn't do that for me. Like, damn, why? Then I had to think back sometimes too of the shit I didn't do. I wasn't at home, or I didn't take the effort. I didn't put in no effort. Put into something that you want to get out of there. If you want all of those things I just said, put in it. Put into it. And if it doesn't come back to you, that's because it wasn't meant for you. Don't get upset. Don't be hurt. Don't be spiteful. Don't be dirty or deceitful, because that ain't going to work either. And if you do perhaps get that person back, it ain't going to last for long. Because they're going to always realize, and you're going to always think like, hell, if he did that to me then, he going to do it again. If she was that person when I had her in the beginning, she may do that again. You never know. It's hard to say. Only person that you can judge, or only person that you can speak up on, is yourself. That's all. Think about what you bring to the table. Think about how you was in that relationship. And think about what you wanted and didn't want. Was that really what you wanted? Did you really give your all? Did you really take that time to figure out what that man or that woman wanted? Did you? You got to think like that. Because if anything is worth having, it's gonna come back. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that no matter what I say. If it's anything worth having, if it's that important, it'll come back. But if it's not, and if you know that your ass did not put in that effort, you did not give that time, you did not do any of those things right there, and you come back and you want to walk on somebody else's happiness, you better step your ass back. Because it don't work that way. You better get up out somebody else's kitchen and go in your own and figure out what's wrong with it. You feel me? And you know what I'm talking about. But I had to get on here and I had to just say that, because sometimes being a woman, we sit back and we look at them shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or we look at the relationships that we had, and then if we see somebody else and they doing a little bit better than they was when they was with them, then your ass get mad. What you get mad for? Don't get mad. Better yourself. Look better. Smell better. Do better. Get up and get out and get something. And watch and see what's supposed to be for you is going to come. You're going to have to go to a little rough patch in order to get what you want. That's for sure. I can't tell you I'm happy with my Jimmy. I can't tell you what's going to happen today or tomorrow. Only thing I can tell you right now is that I'm going to try my best to make sure that what I got, what we got, it works. I'm going to put forth 100% of who I am to get to him and hope that I get 100% back. That's it. That's all you can do. But don't let nobody else come in and steal your joy. Don't let another woman write you, call you, text you, and say shit about him. Figure it out for yourself. Always figure it out for yourself. Because when a woman does that, 9 times out of 10, she throwing salt on you. Or she gonna throw salt on him. And then you gonna get to thinking like, well, damn. Yeah, he might do that to me. What he did for her is not gonna work for you because you're a total different person. You feel what I'm saying? So be thankful. Know that you're blessed. And what's for you is gonna be for you. And if it wasn't, then it just wasn't, boo. That's all. Don't get to worrying about it. Don't sweat the small stuff. Know that your time is coming. But in the process, stay out of somebody else's kitchen. You feel me? Because the outcome is not going to be what you think it is. Somebody is a little bit more spiffier, a little bit more smarter, a little bit more deceitful than others. So you don't do that. Don't do that. Be a woman. Be 100% woman. And be 100% man. Don't post salt. If somebody, you know, that person could be dirty or did you wrong or whatever the case may be, let that person find out on their own. Because that what he or she may have done to that person may not do to the next person. And then you trying to come in and post salt, that makes you look bad. And hell, I don't look bad for nobody. You understand me? So you guys have a beautiful and blessed day. And remember what I said. Think about what you're doing. If it wasn't for you at that time, then it wasn't for you. That means get you something else. If you're trying to be happy, be happy. Don't post out on nobody else. Don't worry about what somebody else doing. Worry about what you doing. Worry about what you can bring to the table, and worry about what's for you next. This is Mama Roxy Sears, and remember, I'm here for your wallet, your purses, and your pocketbooks. Baby, your hearts and your minds. I'm also here to keep it real with you. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Feel me? Have a good day. Stay blessed, y'all. Keep on smiling. Ciao.